everyone, welcome to South Africa. Most people may have the impression that South Africa is a remote country. It lies thousands of miles away from major African cities such as Lagos and Cairo, and more than 10,000 kilometers away from most of Europe, North America, and Eastern Asia. Other than its remoteness, what else do you know about South Africa? Where exactly is it? What do the local people speak? What are the landmarks? Actually, as the southernmost country on the African continent, South Africa is renowned for its varied landscape, great natural beauty, and the cultural diversity, all of which have made the country a favorite destination for travelers since the legal ending of the racial separation in 1994. In order to have a better understanding of South Africa, in this session, we will focus on its location, local people, language, places of interest. Firstly, let's get to know the remote land. South Africa occupies the southernmost tip of Africa with a long coastline which borders the Atlantic Ocean on the west, the Indian Ocean on the south and east. The nation also possesses two small subantarctic island territories, Prince Edward and Marion, which are situated in the Indian Ocean about 1,900 kilometers southeast of Cape Town. It might sound strange, but did you know that South Africa has another country within its borders? Nestled in the Drakensberg region is the mountainous kingdom of Lesotho. Much of South Africa's water comes from the snow-capped peaks of this tiny landlocked nation. South Africa's landscapes are stunning, from the Burning Karoo to the massive Blind River Kenya. However, most of South Africa's landscape is made up of high, flat areas called plateaus. These lands are covered with rolling grasslands called highveld and tree-dotted plains called bushveld. To the east, south, and west of the plateau lies a mountainous region called the Great Escarpment. The eastern region, called the Dragon's Mountain, is filled with jagged peaks, some reaching more than 3,475 meters high. Even in urban Cape Town, people can have a view of the slopes of Table Mountain. Secondly, let's try to know more about local people. With about 60 million people, South Africa is the world's 23rd most populous nation, and it has quite a diverse group of people living within its borders. The ethnic makeup includes Black South Africans, colored South Africans, white South Africans, and Indian and other Asian South Africans. For 2019, Statistics South Africa estimates that Black African population is a majority and constitutes approximately 81% of the total South African population. The white population is estimated at 4.7 million. The colored population at 5.2 million. And the Indian and Asian population at 1.5 million. Compared to several other countries, South Africa is a young country, having become a republic only in 1961. However, in spite of all the difficulties, South Africans have contributed immensely to the development of the world in the fields of politics, literature, philosophy, science, and fine arts. Among all the famous figures, Nelson Mandela is revered as the father of the nation by the South Africans. Thirdly, let's get to know their language. South Africa is a multicultural society that is characterized by its rich linguistic diversity. Language is an indispensable tool that can be used to contribute to the social, cultural, and political life of the South African society. The country is multilingual with 11 official languages, each of which is guaranteed equal status. This colorful mix of culture gives South Africa its nickname, Rainbow Nation. In terms of the use of Official Languages Act of 2012, as part of promoting social cohesion and nation building, every government department, public entity, and enterprise is expected to establish a language unit and adopt a language policy. Nevertheless, most South Africans are multilingual and able to speak at least 2 or more of the official languages. What's more, South Africa has formed the youngest language in the world, Afrikaans. By the early 20th century, it had developed from Dutch, French, and other influences into a fully fledged language with its own dictionary. After merely 90 years, Afrikaans is the second most spoken language and one of the 11 official languages of South Africa. About 7 million people spoke Afrikaans in South Africa and Namibia, and around 23 million all over the world. It is said that Afrikaans is a very simple and easy language to learn. Finally, we will explore famous landmarks in South Africa, like attractions there. Above all, South Africa is one of the world's best safari destinations, offering the Big Five. There are lion, leopard, buffalo, elephant, and rhino, and more inaccessible parks and reserves. People can observe the wildlife by driving right into the epic wildness at national parks like Kruger. In terms of wildlife alone, Kruger is one of the world's greatest national parks. The diversity, density, and sheer numbers of animals at Kruger is almost unparalleled, and all of Africa's iconic safari species live out their dramatic days here, along with a supporting cast of 137 other mammal species and more than 500 varieties of birds. It is the largest natural reserve in South Africa, and indeed one of the largest on the African continent. But what makes Kruger special is the access and opportunities it provides people. Unlike most other safari parks, Kruger is a self-drive destination with an excellent infrastructure and many places to stay inside the park, from tented cabs to luxury lodges. And Kruger, people get close to nature and wildlife. South Africa is also a popular destination for outdoor adventures. South Africa's ever-changing scenery is a perfect canvas on which to paint an activity-packed trip. People can enjoy all kinds of outdoor adventures, such as rock climbing, surfing, abseiling, bungee jumping. There are many places to venture across, but I want to draw your attention to the Big Hole. 150 years ago, the site of the Big Hole was a featureless, flat-topped hill. When word spread that diamonds had been discovered, thousands of prospectors armed with nothing more than picks, shovels, and hope descended on Kimberley and created the world's largest hand-dug hole. The site gives an honest impression of the diamond mining industry's checkered past in Kimberley and stands for people's adventurous spirit. We have had a quick and thorough look at South Africa, from its location, people, language, and tourist attractions. After this session, I hope you get a better understanding of the country. See you next time.